Hey friends, come in. Welcome in tonight. DIY with Crafty Sarah. Find us and we'll get going here. Kind of look like a hot mess. Look like a hot mess. All right. I'm over on Facebook again, giving that a try instead of Business Suite. So we'll see. I think I want to move my camera away from. You don't really care about seeing my chalk paste. Hi, Cynthia. Did that do anything? There's such a lag. Yep, that kind of got it almost out of there. There's such a lag. Go figure, huh? So we are going to make an Uncle Sam tonight, and this one is a stander. He also comes with a kickstand in behind. So the difference would be you would not get these. This bottom part would be cut off so he can just stand up. So it's totally up to you, but I'm going to do him in the stander. And I want to do Mod Podge on him. I want to do Mod Podge on the hat and just the hat, I guess. And so I'm thinking I probably need to paint the bottom because I don't, if I'm going to Mod Podge, and I'm using printer paper. So I'm going to paint the hat red. And I'm just going to do one coat because it's not really for coverage. It's more just to have something behind my paper, a color behind my paper. And then we'll do our paper and our Mod Podge. I went on Etsy today and printed off some patriotic paper. I had some, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. So I printed me some new. That's one thing about going on Etsy and getting your printable papers, you guys. Holy mackerel. It's cheap. And it's yours. At that point, it's yours. So you can print it off as many times as you want. Do what you want. These words, let me grab a dauber. These words are also going to be painted red. And I think it'd just be easier to do it with one of these little things. And so you get two options with this. The word freedom comes and America. So you can decide, and it goes on his hat band. So you can decide, what you want to, which word you'd want to put on there. Hi, Lori. I survived the track meet. I did not stay all day though. I could have, but I did not. It was getting hot. And she was in two events. She's in discus and the ball, throwing the ball. What the heck is it? The weighted ball. Discus and, oh my gosh, I cannot think of what it is. And I need to get a dark blue for that. I did not think about that. We'll go with midnight blue. I think I'm going to put something blue underneath there or over that. She did good in discus. She did not do that great in the other one. But their school was district champs, the girls. So, and that goes by points. Oof, I got enough paint for 6 of these. And they won district. So I'm kind of sad I didn't stay for that, but whatever. It's fine. So I saw pictures of her in her school. They're all jumping. The girls are jumping for excitement because they're so happy they won. She's so hard on herself. She's 15 and she's a freshman, and she threw that discus 102 feet, I think. What the heck is the weighted ball called? Nope, she's not a runner. She's not a runner. She is not a runner. She has ran, but she doesn't like it. She does not like it. So yeah. Yeah, they're excited. So they're in their class C2 or something, maybe. I don't know. But and four of their athletes made it to state. So they're going to state. Hi, Diane. Have you dug yourself out of the snow yet? Hi, Sherry. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the flesh and the white, and then we'll Mod Podge and put it together. I almost feel like I want to put, I'm going to take this off of here. Actually, I'm going to glue this together because it gets glued together. It's a layered. You guys, I'm so, gosh, I got to grab my glue too. Good night, Nellie. I am unprepared. Jeez. Unprepared. I hate to step away from the camera, but I do it a lot. I do it a lot. A lot. So you just want to make sure that you line up the open space, and it can slip, you guys. So you really want to kind of hold it until it sets. And with this art glitter glue, it sets in a couple of seconds. It really does set. It doesn't, it's not like for life, but it sets. So I want to do his face in flesh and his nose. And then we'll do the white on the stars and these stripes. I thought he was cute. And then I looked today to see if I had a rusty star. And my rusty stars are all too big. I need to place an order. I need smaller rusty stars. I should look on Amazon. Amazon has everything. And today's my youngest son's birthday. And he is 38. I nearly died this morning when I did the math. I'm like, I said to his sister, Matt's 38 today? She goes, yep. I'm like, oh my God. What happened? Time went by. I got old. Hey, Chris, are you feeling any better today? I hope so. This is a little Uncle Sam kit that I have. You know what? I've used all my trays. Oh, I got more up here, I guess. And I need white. And I'm going to put that right there because and I want a paper towel because I'm going to use these makeup sponges for these. And the reason why, well, not for this, but for this, and the stars, is because there's stitching that has been etched along the edges, and I kind of want that to show. Thanks, Sherry. It's like, what in the heck happened? How did I get a kid? How did my baby get to be 38 years old? Oh my gosh. I remember when I was getting ready to have him, he was born on a Friday the 13th. And I don't know. I think that we went to the doctor. My husband was with me, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe he said it at home. I just remember him saying, "You wouldn't have that baby on Friday the 13th, would you?" And I said, "No." I said, "That's early. I probably won't have a baby early." Well, guess what? He came on Friday the 13th. And I was babysitting that day for my friends' kids. I remember that. And those kids heard me call my husband, landline, 1988, landline only. They heard me call my husband and tell him that I was in labor. So those kids went home and told their mom that Sarah was going to have her baby. And I did. We went to the hospital that night and we had him. I don't even know what time he was born. I forget. Isn't that awful? So if you do it with this sponge, you guys, you're not filling in the stitching. And I want this to have a distressed look. So I don't even think I'm going to go much darker than that. Same with these little stars. And then we're going to mess with paper. Yep, we are. I have on the person that did this file, they did a bell and a star with this tag. And they really grunged up the tag. But I have a bell, but that's going to look kind of goofy without a star. And my stars are huge. So I'm going to have to go scouting. Because I also cut out some Christmas ornaments today. And they have those little votive candles that go in them. Those little fake votive candles for noses of a snowman and a reindeer. And then you light them up and you can hang them on the tree. But I need just the skinny, like the not very tall ones. So I'm going to have to go sleuthing and try to find those tomorrow or Friday. I asked my husband, "Am I going to work tomorrow?" And he stopped and looked for a minute and he goes, "Well, I do have to go to Nelson." And I'm like, so I'm going to tell him, I either get off Thursday or Friday. And I'd be fine with Friday. Because I want to go buy more plants and I need to go see if I can find some rusty bells. Or no, rusty stars. But I probably can't. I'll probably have to get those online. Get them on Amazon. Or Factory Direct or Craft Direct or whatever it is. You can get them on there too. Wish my comments would stay on here. It melted the next day. Isn't that something? That's always how Sherry, I was 38 once. Me too, girl. Me too. A long dang time ago. But you know what? I felt like at the time, you felt like you were going to live forever. Not so much. Not so much. Now I get scared that my time is short. Is that is that my sponge? I don't know though. I kind of like it. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just take that. So when you laser cut things, they get kind of a brownish around the edges. They char. I mean, it's wood. I mean, it's heat cutting wood. And when you paint it, sometimes it turns kind of a funky brown on the ends, and it takes a lot of coats to get it covered. This time I'm not hating it, because I really want him to be rustic. I do. He's got a big old nose, that's for sure. Pick up these things, and then we'll get to looking at our paper. So I did the track meet today, and then I came home and I had to go get my good morning things done on my Facebook page. That takes me a while. I like to respond to everybody that says hello on my page. I respond to every comment on my page. I really try to do that, because I'm trying to get more followers. Really trying to get to 10,000. And I've got a ways to go. 3,000 to go. I just hit 71. So I got a ways to go. Okay. Got a runny nose, of course. Let's see, I'm going to set that in there. I'm going to take this off. Get this out of the way so I don't ruin it. And my board just has masking tape on it, you guys. So I'm going to set this over here. Oh, I did this today or yesterday, you guys. Look at that cute little thing. Is that not adorable? Seriously. See when I turn it on? Oh my gosh. It's so cute. I'm going to leave it on so you can see it. So stinking cute. I'm like all down on the patriotic, I tell you. It's a little bit scary. And then I'm doing Christmas ornaments in the meantime. So I want a sheet of paper for this part of it and a sheet of paper for this part of it. So I've got, and they are vintage looking. These are just printed out on regular printer paper. You buy the file and then you print it out on your own. So I won't even know which paper to use. Let's see. Some of them I printed 2 of, and some of them I printed 1 of, and looks like it's a lot of stars. It's like all stars. I didn't even pay attention to that, except for so let me see here. I don't want what I do with my other paper. I want one of these, but I don't want all stars. I didn't realize that, you guys, when I was printing them off today. I just ran my printer and went inside. So I think it's going to be this one. And that will be on this, the bigger part of the hat. And so I'm going to cut this white border off because I don't want any of that. And I don't want it to accidentally get on there. Now you can, and I'm going to iron this down, which I'm going to have to go grab my little iron. Go figure, out of the screen again. Everything's right here. It's within 3 steps, but and you can hairspray it, and that will stop it from like smearing, but I've never had any trouble with it smearing. I just have a regular inkjet printer. My kid found it for me on Marketplace a couple years ago because I was whining because I wanted to, let me grab this other sheet of paper, because I wanted to print stuff, and I didn't want to always have to I didn't want to always have to feel bad about printing, or like, oh man, because it seems like every time you print you're like, oh my lord. So now I just print. I print whatever I want. And you guys, I have printed a lot. Holy mackerel, I printed a lot. Let's see, what do I want over there? Could do that. That's pretty too. Might do that. Because the 3 stars are going to go on it. And that'll look all right. I think I'm going to go with that. It's just kind of a, this also was a patriotic set that I got, I don't know, man, a couple years ago or something. I'm sure that Hobby Lobby has patriotic paper books in their 4th of July section, or their patriotic section. I have not been to see lately. Recently, I should say. Good gravy. Come on. Got glue things here, and so I was gluing those lights in the back of those little 4th of July I think those two might be all right together. I don't know. I just didn't really want it all to be stars. So I think what I'm going to do is save that little beauty. Going to get our Mod Podge up here on the top. I just keep it in a squeeze bottle. This is matte Mod Podge, not Mod. So let's get that side done. Put a couple good coats on. You could use Elmer's glue. Seriously, people use. I'm not too sure. The next time I go to buy it, I'll buy just a big old jug of school glue, because it really is just about the same thing. All right, let's get that dry. Actually, I should just, why am I not just doing the whole thing? My ink stuff is right here with my little, I just use my little baby iron. This stuff dries like it's no time at all, and it's dry. Let me grab my little teeny iron. And that's just one of these, you guys. I got it on Amazon. Actually, my kids gave it to me for Christmas one year. It was on my list. They always ask me to make a wish list. So I'm going to turn that on. And let that get hot. And then we'll cut this one too. So I did also cut another one out with a kickstand for the stand, just because I wanted to see what, I was like, well, what is this one? All my kits are for sale, you guys. Everything you see behind me, I cut. So if you want anything, just let me know. And I will cut it for you and give you a shipping, get it shipped out. And I ship pretty darn fast. Where is my, there it is. I might just, I better not push my luck. It's not green yet, but I'm going to go with it. I love the heat method. It's fabulous. So I'm just going to line those up, because what happens is that the hat band, let me make sure. The hat band and two stripes go across here. I think I'll have to make sure, but yeah, they go right there. Now I see why they had the more red, because there'd be red stripes and white stripes, but oh well. We're going to go with this. We're going to do something different. Doesn't all have to be like exactly what somebody else does, right? And then this hat band goes right up there. I just want to make sure that the paper is underneath that, and it is. So now I'm going to sand this off, and I'm going to cut, because that's quite a bit there. Cut that down a smidge. And then we'll sand it off. I was just going through my sandpaper and trying to get my grits together so that, you know, because you never know, and I don't even know, but the smaller the number, the rougher the sandpaper is. That I know. Some of it's really rough. All right, I don't think I need that anymore. Nope. And so I need to grab an ink pad. Where is it? Not where I think it is. And black for eyes. I guess I'm going to use this one because I don't seem to find my other one. And I need to grab my chalks too that I use for my, let me see if they're in my drawer. If I have one. Sometimes I just have a pink in my drawer. Do I? Maybe. I do not. Get out of there. So I'm going to grab my chalks. I'm going to shut this off. Actually, I'm going to unplug it. It will shut off eventually by itself, but we'll just unplug it and put it over here so we don't get burned. Why am I not seeing my chalks? They got to be right here somewhere. They're a huge box, you guys. It's like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I have these little ones. I have these little squares. I'm just going to use one of those. Good Lord. His eyes are pretty good size. Of course, my jar opener is not here either. Oh. You never can just squeeze out a little bit from these things. So I'm just going to take the end of my brush and dot the eyeballs. And we're going to have to dry those because those are some pretty significant little dots. So they're going to be, they'll take a little bit to dry. And even though the top looks dry, they're not dry. They are not dry. Okay, so now this is scored, but I'm not seeing that now because I covered it with paper. So I'm just gonna wing it. Don't be going off on me, my computer. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Mary. Keffany. So I'm just going to kind of go down and put a stripe and then go down a little bit further and put a stripe. But now I can see why they wanted it red, why they did it red. And they just did the 3 stars over here. And our little hat band. And then I think I'm going to put America on mine. Am I froze? Why am I back to the beginning? I had a good day. I went to a track meet this morning, and their team won district. I'm going to go on my phone and see what's going on. Am I froze, you guys? On my iPad, I'm froze, but I guess on my phone, I'm not. Okay, we'll just keep going. I'm going to go out and come back in. There we go. Okay. Yeah, they won districts today. She got, so this was districts for the class C or C, and I don't know. It's a small school. And she really wanted to go to state. And she's only 15, and she is so hard on herself. I was like, I told her mom, I go, oh my God, she's 15. She needs to, she's a freshman, and she shot put, that's the one thing, and the other was discus. Shot put wasn't so great. Discus, she did really good. Why did it go back to that picture on my iPad? She went 102 feet on her discus. That is like her personal best. And she was excited. Oh my gosh, she was so excited. But she ended up in third, and they only took 2 people to state. So she was kind of bummed about that. But I'm like, and her mom said to her, no matter what happens today, her name is Chloe, said, no matter what happens today, Chloe, you did good. And she, and she was like, I know, Mom, okay, but then when she found out she was third, she was sitting over there, she sat down crying, and I'm like, oh man. I go, you are hard on yourself. She's only a freshman. She's got 3 more years to go, and she could really be good if she practices and that kind of stuff. Make sure I spell America right. On my iPad, it just keeps popping back to where I started. Now it's staying there, but so then I'm like, oh my gosh, is it froze up for you guys? And the one girl that was in the discus with her, that's from her school, did make state. She was number 1, and there was a girl from Deschler that was number 2. And then Chloe was from Giltner. So she's number 3. But, she needs to also realize that you win on points. And so it was she participated in that. So her score raised points for them. So she helped them, the girls, win district. So that's what she needs to focus on. But you know how kids are. Oh my gosh. And girls are so dramatic. My God. So I'm just going to put some dots. 1, 2, 3. Let me put 1, 2, 3. And 2, 3. The eyes still are not dry. I put a puddle of paint. Hi, Natalie. Let's see. So anyway, I stayed this morning. I watched her do her thing, and then I left. I told her mom, I'm like, okay, I've seen all I need to see. And I'd been there from 9 to 1. So I'm like, and I was like cooking. Got some rosy cheeks. That's just chalk, you guys. I just use chalk. You can use chalk. You can use blush. There I am back at the beginning again. That is so weird why it's doing that. Goofy thing. I need to put some little dots on the cheek. And dots in the eyes, but they're still wet. And then they drew a line across the nose, you know, like a, but you know, I found a Posca, you guys, that is amazing. I didn't even know they made these things. They make them in ultra fine. So they are 0.7. They're like little teeny pens. They're amazing. I love them. And you do them just like you do the big ones. So then you can just draw your line. That one looks like it could have more. Needs some more paint. There we go. Holy mackerel. That's like life-changing to me. Life-changing. Because I bought the black one too. Like, holy mackerel. So I think he's good, you guys. Now I need to, and I found, let me grab something else. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's oak stain, and it's pretty dang amazing. You just brush it on and let it dry. That's it. You don't even have to wipe it off. You can, but you don't have to, because I just put a few dots around and then I just spread it. I'm not sure if it's, everything I've always used has been oil based, and I think this is water based. So then I just spread it along and then wipe it. If you want to wipe it, you can wipe it. If you don't want to wipe it, you don't have to wipe it. But I like it. It's good for your bases and things that you want to just stain, like fake stain. I got, of course, way more than I need because that's how I roll. So again, you can wipe it. I think this stuff is amazing. It has different colors too. I have another one over there. I can't think of what it is, but it's in Hobby Lobby in the paint aisle, but not with the paints. Down the aisle a little ways. And it's 60 or 69 cents. Who knows what it is now, but when I bought it, it was 69 cents. Might be $1.69 now because everything went up. Everything's gone up. So I did bring my distress crayon over of blue. I'm going to see if I love what I'm thinking I want to do. Let me see here. So I just take that and put it on one of these little makeup sponges. You can do it either way. I don't know if it's easier to just go here and put it on like this, or if you should do it the other way. But I'm wondering about putting it around the hat band. And I think if I was to do this again, and I probably will, I would do this underside with red. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one, but I think I would like it better if it was red. Hi, Michelle. Thank you, Natalie. Yeah, I have these kits, Cindy. I can't even really see it on there. I can on the hat band, but there we go. That's better. That's better. I need to go get more flowers for outside this weekend. I need to get my stuff planted. I got a delivery from Amazon today. I got 2 things and they came from 2 different drivers. They came at 2 different times. Is that not the dumbest thing ever? I got some beads for some of my Christmas ornaments. And and that came and I saw that it was here. And then the other one said, will be delivered between something and 6 o'clock. And I thought, well, is that one coming by mail or something? And then all of a sudden I heard my Alexa make a funny noise. And then I knew it was that's always the noise that I have an announcement. And I think it comes on my inside, not my outside one. But, so I go look on my front porch and yep, or I look on our account and then I go look and I'm like, oh my Lord. I go, well, that was economical as heck. Dummies. Oh, so I need to put a bow on him. And I did set out some ribbon I just have some, because it's not going to be a big bow, you guys. So you could put freedom on there. I have 250s if you want a 250. So I'm just going to go back and forth with I got these little pieces of twine, but they are not going to work for anything because they're way too short. So let's just whip up a little bow and then I can add a rusty star. Come on, fabric. There we go. I didn't think I need that big of a tail. No sense in wasting anything. Okay. Man, I've gotten the use out of this fabric that I tore up. I should look and see what. I'll be over at Hobby Lobby tomorrow or Friday. Probably. Oop. What happened here? I felt like I wanted to iron this, but then I'm like, then you lose the raggy look of it, right? I feel like you do. There we go. I'm twisting the wrong way. You see my 3 stars behind me? I hung them up, Kefany. And I like that a lot. A lot, a lot. Maybe that's plenty. So I don't really want a big bow. And so this has a little tag that has the 250, but I don't know if I want to put that on there or not. I think I just want that like right there. Almost 9 bells, you guys. Yeah, I like that. Yep, that's cute. So I will find a little star, a little rusty star, and put it in there. But that's my little guy. Didn't that turn out cute? So I will add him behind me because I've got a plethora of patriotic behind me. You can see all my stuff. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I think he's cute. And the little tag is not very big. What'd I do with it? I took it off. Oh, here it is. So it's like this. So you could add that right in there. In the inspiration picture, they really grunged it up. And that's fine. I mean, I'm all about that. Thank you so much for the hearts. Appreciate it. And I think what I'll do is add the star and then add the maybe some sisal and that type of thing. But yeah, I'm grunge it up, and I'll color in that number, the 250, and then I'll add it on there. And I guess a person could take it off if they wanted to, because I don't know what, after this year, then you're not going to want the 250 on it, are you? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I might just put the star on it, and that'd be good. So you guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks so much for popping in and hanging with me. I appreciate it. And I'm not sure about tomorrow night. My granddaughter has a ball game, but I'm not sure about that one. That one's not in her town. It's further away, and she's 45 minutes away. So then that really, last night we didn't get home till 10:30. That's really late for my husband, but he's a guy that goes to bed about 7:30 because he's up about 3 in the morning, if you can believe it. That's what old age does for you. I'm like, you are a nut. And he said, I just can't sleep. I'm like, there's something wrong with you. But we all knew that anyway, right? Love you too, Keffany girl. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you next time. I'm going to try and clean up my mess here. Make sure things are off. And, you know, I came here this week on Monday, and I left my glue gun on for like 3 days, you guys. Good Lord. All righty. Have a great one. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.